On tonight's episode, we're going to be making a roasted asparagus salad. Let me show you how it's done. Starting with our main ingredient, the asparagus. I have here one bunch, as you can see, it's about a pound. What I'm going to do is wash them thoroughly and then just trim the ends. Then I'm going to put them on a foil-lined baking sheet and just top them with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper and just kind of massage that all together. Now we're going to roast these in a 425 degree oven for about 10 to 15 minutes until they're just done, just a little al dente. Then they're going to come out, we're going to let them cool, and then cut them into about 1-inch pieces. While our asparagus is in the oven, I'm going to prepare some of our other ingredients. Namely, I have some red onion here, so this is a pretty big red onion. I'm going to take about half of it, maybe even a little less than half, and thinly slice it. And here I have about a pint of cherry tomatoes of assorted colors. I'm just going to cut them in half, or some of the big ones into quarters. We're also going to take this opportunity to whip up a little vinaigrette. So we're going to start with some Dijon mustard, about a teaspoon or so. To that we'll add a couple of tablespoons of red wine vinegar, and a whisk, and then to this a few more tablespoons of olive oil. And I just want to give this a quick taste. Needs a little bit of salt. Then we're good to go. We're going to set this aside as well. So here we have our roasted and now cooled asparagus. These were a little bit stingy, so they took maybe about 17 minutes total. But either way, they're just perfectly done right where I want them. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut them up into about 1-inch pieces, add them to my bowl here, which already has my tomatoes and onions. So now we're going to mix in about a tablespoon and a half to 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley, about 1/4 cup of chopped pitted Kalamata olives, and we're going to add our vinaigrette. And just give this a good mix. Okay. Now, our final ingredient, about 1/4 cup of crumbled feta cheese. Just going to give this a couple good stirs. We don't want to break up the cheese too much. Okay. Now comes the hard part. Not touching it for about 30 minutes. You want to let it sit at room temperature for about 30 minutes. That will let all the flavors really meld together. Even after just 30 minutes, all the flavors work really nicely together. This will of course only get intensified more in the fridge overnight, if any makes it that long. But roasting the asparagus really brings a nice sort of caramelization to the outside. It really works well with the sweetness of the tomatoes, the saltiness of the feta cheese, and the nice tanginess of the vinaigrette. That's it. See you next time.